I'm gonna give you a full insight on the business here. These are all what I'm grabbing to get to 10K a month. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but that's just what I'm doing. Anyways, probably shouldn't do that. And I'm not recommending you to do that, but I just did because... Good morning, world. I am so happy to be here. My name is RJ136 and I'm coming back at you guys with another video about full-time reselling. We are making a massive and dramatic change in the reselling business. Our goal is $10,000 a month, and we were close, but I'm meaning like $10,000 a month net. I have a lot of things going on. Hi. Did you smell the audience? She said one of you guys needs a little like, you know. We are hovering around the high $7,000, low $8,000 a month in sales. I have broken down the system of what's going on in my business full-time and what I need to do to be able to get to that $10,000 a month net goal. This is big that I'm talking about this to you because it's now documented. So, yeah, anyways.
The Broncos had to burn a timeout because the defense had too much. How many family members each coach will around the red zone, the short yard.
Morning. So I'm sitting out front of the Starbucks parking lot here because I just wanted to show you guys this plan for 10K a month. Shout out to Nifty. They don't pay me. I haven't worked with anybody on their team unless, you know, I'm open to, you know. Been very helpful in my business. So let me show you like last month and this month and explain kind of the goal to get to 10K a month. For anyone that has Nifty, if I go to the analytics tabs and then go to insights, this is how I got here. So if I can go like from last month, May 1st to May 31st, I'm gonna give you a full insight on the business here. This is before Depop, as you can see. Depop had no sales. I plugged everything into Claude, told me like how often I went to thrift stores and how much I paid. So it showed, okay, so I listed about 13 items a day. Here was my revenue, my total spend at thrift stores. We got our game plan to hit $10,000 a month net. So what I need to do is obviously jump up my 13 items a day listings. We need to get close to 18 items a day. We are going to be spending, which is actually really crazy. I want to make sure that this math is right, but the difference between $214 and $290 at the thrift store to be able to bump this number up. Look at this. My cost per item, 55 cents. That is insane. So we got to make sure that we can bump these numbers up. Obviously, I'm just going to give you a full insight into this business. Why not? But also the other side is that there are questions that I have. I don't think that this is the end all be all. I don't think this is the answer to get to 10K a month. Okay, all I have to do now is list 18 items a day and then I'm going to be hitting 10K a month. I feel like that there's more to this. One, is it that simple? I pay, let's call it $50 to $60 more a month to get to 10K a month. Is that real? The obvious outlier before everyone freaks out is like the items that I'm getting at the thrift store. If I'm buying more things that just don't sell, then obviously I'm not doing this right at all. The other thing is that yes, we have summer slowdown. Yes, we also have summer items in the store. Does that number spike up when Q4 hits? Q4 is also when our wedding and honeymoon is. And so we have a huge game plan behind that. There's a lot that goes into this that I want to dig into. Only way to figure this out is by doing it. you know, the things that I'm going to be doing is not going to hurt the business, so that's good. That's the obvious thing. So in May, we were like over $8,500 a month in sales. June, we added Depop and went down like $900 in sales. Some people could freak out and be like, oh man, like what's going on? Now, I want to look at this in a very like neutral, non-emotional way. I think that there's two things that could be obvious. One, quality of items that I got maybe is not as good. Two, it could also be just summer slowdown. That could be the case. So I kind of have a two-part game plan on being able to get to 10K a month. The other thing too is that 10K a month is not the end goal. That's just a stepping stone. If I think about cost of living and, you know, wanting to expand and wanting Nadia to work full-time in this, 10K a month is just not gonna be the answer. If we want to be able to buy a house someday, if we want to be able to fund our hobby with cars, if we want to, obviously, like I said, have Nadia work here full time, we have to exceed that number. And then there also needs to be a cap. In my eyes, I'm not talking specifically to you. There's people that have 7-figure businesses in this, but my cap is to be able to still have freedom to do things like have weekends to myself, to be able to not work 12-hour days every day, Monday through Friday, to be able to go on vacation. I've kind of moved past that in the world of online businesses. So stepping stone number one in this business was to get this business to be able to make it so I could do full time. Realistically, there was a number that I just needed to make to be able to afford rent and to be able to afford the fuel of this business, which is cash and items in the business. So I've been able to prove that to myself that I can pay my portion of cost of living. Now I got to get to the point where we can expand that, and that is what this is all about. I want to document this, I want to show this, and I want to just be able to look back on this. And maybe you want to do the same thing, and I'm just going to show you what I did. And you can either copy it or hate on it and be like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. But let's go drop off these packages. The shipping center just opened. So we got to go to the shipping center because we have to list more items in the month of whatever we're in, July. I got to be thrifting and hitting the bins much more to be able to get more items. So I got to get there early too. So let's go do that. About $90 less rich, but obviously that's going to change as sales happen. The only thing that makes this harder, and I guess this is probably normal as people scale, is the daily limit of posting. The amount of things that I post every day changes every month. What I mean by that is that every single month my store is going to increase based off of how many sales I make a day. If I'm making 10 sales per day, I'd want to increase my store, because if I'm making 10 sales a day and only listing 5, then my store is gonna be shrinking, and it's gonna be forever shrinking. But if I make 10 sales a day and make 10, then I'm basically just restocking my store every day, essentially. So my store would just stay the same. So behind me, I don't even know how many things I got. I feel like I counted wrong, to be honest, because it was like in the mid-20s, which doesn't sound right. I feel like I should have got more for how much I paid, but I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get home. The road to 10K per month in reselling is in full effect, and it's obviously always been in full effect, but just tracking the way that I do it and knowing my numbers, I want to run my numbers off of what sells really well. I know that I have a lot of pants in my store and a lot of men's clothing in my store, but like what sells and what's sitting there and what's not selling, you know? Like, do I buy too much Polo Ralph Lauren? Am I not buying enough of some of the other jeans or pairs that I have in my store because I just fly off the shelf? It's good to know my store, and right now I've been in such grind mode that I haven't paid attention to my store as much as I'd like. And the more I can understand how my store works, the better I can fill my store with said items. And there's a couple of things, to be honest, that I'm grabbing without even looking at comps. Like, for example, I think I found a vintage Marlboro shirt, like an old cigarette company shirt. I don't know if that would do that good on eBay, but it might do good on Depop, so we'll see. We're gonna get back home, and I need some caffeine in my system. very badly. I'm happy to show you what I got today because it was a very just average day. It was not like the best day ever. It wasn't like the worst day ever. It was just a very average day. So I'll show you what I'm picking up on an average day and hopefully help out. Had to stop at a Walmart and get new ones because they were like really bad.
Okay, you're good. Is really wanting the iPad, and they're coming from Johnstown, and they said they can only get it though if they can come right now. And I said I'd let me talk to my fiance, but these you just have to come right now.
Cash,
Okay, so
cash we can meet right now. Yep.
Okay, 140. So that's good.
Let's
That'll
go.
be nice.
Yep.
Okay,
Let's
full
go.
price.
Heck yeah. Okay, cool. Look.
Hi.
Do you see?
What?
Look at how nice the windshield wipers are.
Oh, I don't know why I was looking at Coolsies. I was like, yep, that's...
Nope, the windshield wipers. You can read it because it's so clear.
Oh, look, thank you. That's so nice of you.
Was it worth me being 19 minutes late?
Oh my gosh, thank you. I was like, why is he... Like, oh, I saw him past Dutch Bros. He got me Dutch Bros. And then I was like, this is even better. Thank you. You have to do that.
So we're meeting someone with an iPad?
Nope, not anymore.
Oh.
He said, actually, never mind. I don't need this.
Message him back, say, yes you do.
Facebook Market, man. I swear. Look, come on, please answer. Blah, blah, blah. He didn't say that, but...
He didn't say
other
blah,
words.
blah, blah? It is what it is.
Somebody else said, would you take 100? And
Say 120.
yeah, I know, they're not taking it.
So Nadia has been starting the morning taking photos. She practices and she's been crushing it. This video is about the road to 10K a month.
10K.
That's a lot of Ks, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 of them. Personals time. Let me show you the personals. This one is for my brother. It's a Target brand, but we're gonna see the new Spider-Man movie. My family and I are huge Spider-Man fans. If you didn't know, like here's my keys. Here's the phone. And the rug. No one has got to see the rug. I got this this needs to get vacuumed so bad, but I got it at a thrift store. And it's a Spider-Man rug. It was like 50% off. It was like $4. I was like, this needs to be here. Anyways, this is for my brother. We're gonna go see the new Spider-Man movie.
That's so sick.
So it's like a Target shirt, but pretty cool. Next, for my other brother, my twin brother.
Ooh, Spider-Man, and then...
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
This is, it says, Pika Pika. Are you gonna do it?
Pikachu.
Nadia's really good at doing the Pika. Anyways, this is a personal for me. Nadia hasn't got to see this yet. Bang.
Ooh.
Some Volcom shorts.
Those are
Off gray.
nice.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Then I got this. I think you're gonna like this a lot. I don't even know what brand it
Rugby?
is. It's not a rugby.
Oh,
It's just a regular polo shirt.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. That's nice.
And then for Nadia,
Ooh,
these
wait,
are
can I
Hollister
feel them?
low-rise baggy
Oh
jeans.
my gosh, they're that soft.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hope they fit me. I'm gonna be really
I
sad.
think they just being in this industry have been crazy into fashion.
Yeah.
I enjoy clothing now. We always have. That was something that we kind of bonded on when we first started dating. I'm gonna show you what we got today. Like I said, was an average day. So just like to show you guys what we get on an average day. I don't think I got anything that's like over $30. There's gonna be some things in here that are like $15 to $18. And some things that I didn't even look up comps because I feel like might do good on Depop. So yeah, let me show you what we got and then yeah, take you along with for the rest of the day. Let's jump into it. Woo! Okay, I was thinking about it. I think I'm gonna show you a little bit more than what we just got. We have some bags behind me too, which is just overflow. And then we got the bags right here. These are all gonna be bins finds. These are all what I'm grabbing to get to 10K a month. I'm a little nervous to be listing now or to be taking pictures of 23 things a day, which is realistically 4 more a day than we were doing normally, but I don't know, that's just what it is. BKE Stella jeans, we've talked about these a million times, just a decent sell-through rate, another easy bread and butter. When I'm looking at sell-through rate, especially with jeans and pants and shirts and all of that, I'm doing the sell-through rate on the size and the color. This is what I was telling you about. This is a unlimited Marlboro. I do not condone smoking, but I grabbed it. Had a cool like side hit. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to find a comp for this, but like I said, I think it'll just be a good Depop thing. Spanx, good bread and butter item for me. These are Spanx plaid. I've been trying not to work on grabbing too skinny of Spanx because it feels like those don't go as good as the wide legs does, but this like plaid, I forget what you call that look, but seem to do fairly well. So grab that. This is one I'm not looking up the size because I know it's good unless it's a crazy size, but this is Ariat M4 boot cut. I saw this in a bin and I sprinted to it. I'm so good with Ariat that I can just see this back pocket and know that it's Ariat. I love it. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of my favorite brands to grab and I get a lot of it, so I just love Ariat. Someone at the bins gave this to me and it had a good sell-through rate actually. I'm normally not grabbing camo stuff, I probably should, but the hard thing is sometimes it's just camo pants and there's no branding, there's no anything on it, there's no sizes, but this is actually a Army Combat FR Army branded pants and it has a tag on it. I don't know if we want to call that new with tags, but it's got the tag on it. It had at least a 50% sell-through rate, so I went and just said thank you and put it into my cart. It was really nice. I try to curate relationships because I realize a lot of the people that I meet sell at the flea market. And so there are very few people that are selling on eBay. Now, granted, we are usually grabbing the same stuff, but there's things that will work for them that won't work for me. A lot of these people that do the flea market, it looks like they grab like all Levi's, and I'm not grabbing all Levi's. I am very picky when I'm looking at Levi's. I did get a few Levi's today, but you know, if it doesn't work for me, I just go to somebody and instead of throwing it back in the bin, just be like, here, do you want this? And just helps curate that relationship. And that's how I got these. These are Levi, super low, size 27, super wide leg. Really nice, so grab those guys. American Eagle, I didn't even look up the comps on this, but I'm fairly certain I always grab this type. This is the original boot. There was another one that had a really nasty hole in it. This one has a small little hole in it, but I think it'll be okay. So the original boot cut American Eagles. When I'm in the bins, I like to grab all the American Eagles except for the skinny ones or the jeggings because sometimes they are still worth grabbing and their sell-through rate is good just based off of the sizing, and it's worth grabbing for me so I can just add more stuff into my store. I look at Hollister and I almost never grab Hollister. I think there might be one in here, maybe, but like I'm almost never grabbing Hollister. And then Abercrombie & Fitch is one of those other ones too, but for whatever reason, like I grab this much compared to grabbing this much. This is Ralph Lauren denim supply. These are Abercrombie & Fitch baggy boot mid-rise. Massive wide leg jeans. Struggled to find certain comps on this one. There was like 0 listed and 1 sold, which was kind of strange, but I figured that this would be a good one to add to the store. This is American Eagle slim straight. Now the older American Eagle, older as in just like, I don't know if this is Y2K, but just this back tag is a little different. The slim isn't like skinny. See how it's still like straight-ish? So for some reason that sell-through rate still does pretty decent. So that is totally fine with me. This is a Levi 541. These are 32 by 36. I think there was like over 100% sell-through rate on that one. I don't remember, but pretty good bread and butter grab. Yeah, see, look, here's the one Aeropostale. I don't even know. I probably have like a few Aeropostale in the store. Benton original boot cut. That's why I grabbed these. I don't know if this is the right way, but I'm doing this to get more items. But my metrics are, you have to be at least a 30% sell-through rate. If you're a 30% sell-through rate and you're like out of season, I'm definitely gonna grab you. If you're 30% sell-through rate and you're like a pair of shorts that sell for $12, I'm probably not gonna get it because it's gonna be over. Summer's gonna be over. But if it's like 30% sell-through rate and a pair of jeans or like a button-up flannel or something, I grab it because sell-through rate should be getting better. Or if it's like a 30% sell-through rate and it sells at a decent price, I'll grab it. But typically I'm liking 50% sell-through rate, but that's kind of my metrics. This one had, I think, over 100% sell-through rate. This is Liberty overalls. I think it was only like 30 bucks. I probably paid higher on these just because they're heavier, but good, over 100% sell-through rate. I'm not gonna complain on that. So that's the first bag. For those that want to get context, I think I showed up to the bins. Well, let me look. I recorded a video. Call it 10 o'clock, and I left at like 2:30. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, so 4.5 hours at the bins. It was really fast and really good at the start, and then just like hit a wall and slowed down towards the end. When Nadia and I go, we typically go around 2 o'clock and stay till 8. So we're there for much longer, and I don't know, something about after that time frame. Maybe it's because they're doing more doubles. I don't know. For All Mankind Slimmy, I'm not grabbing all 7 for Mankind. I'm always looking this up because sell-through rate is all over the place with 7 for All Mankind. This one had a good sell-through rate. I sold 2 Dojo jeans. One of them was like the high-end, like $70 pair, however much I listed it for, and the other one wasn't. And the lower-end one, someone was like trying to return because they're like, these are kids' jeans, and you look at the size and it's not kids jeans, but for some reason they're trying to. Anyways, this is a brand that everyone probably sees a lot of. This is Pro Club Heavyweight joggers. Honestly, if they don't work, oh, they're medium. I might be able to fit them. They're really nice. I think the sell-through rate was good enough. I'm pretty sure this was not supposed to be a personal and that it was good enough to sell. They are pretty heavy though, so these were, yeah. Another bread and butter that works for me really well. I never grab these at the thrift stores because the price just doesn't make sense for thrift store prices when they get these, but at the bins, for these being around $3, always worth it. So I got 1 and 2 Duluth Trading Flex Fire hose pants. One of these are like a darkish blue or gray almost, and then this is like a light gray. So that was good. Is this Spanx? I can almost feel. Yeah, I guess I got 2 Spanx today. Like I said, I want wide leg Spanx, which helps.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Better than a super skinny jegging, like skinny. 7 for All Mankind shorts. Just decent sell-through rate. Nothing to write home about. Nothing too crazy on that one. My thing too that I like is just having brands that people throw back, because I know that there's like little subsectors of those brands that I want. So American Eagle, BKE, 7 for All Mankind, there's a lot of people that throw those back. And, you know, it's like everyone, I feel like, sees a Patagonia fleece and they're grabbing that. But like there's these subsector brands that people just don't want, and I want them. So it's always helpful. Reverse weave Champion joggers. Pretty cool. There was some comps going crazy for this one, but I don't know. I don't think this is like the most desirable one for, it's made in El Salvador, but it's reverse weave extra large. So it had a really good sell-through rate. Ooh, thunder. Okay, Democracy. This is one of those ones that every time I look up has a bad sell-through rate, but shout out Carrie at Home and Kyle. They sell this. So I just grabbed the only ones that I saw that were wide leg and see how they do in my store. Probably shouldn't do that. And I'm not recommending you to do that, but I just did because I see a lot of Democracy, but I just grabbed a pair to see how it would do. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. I'm always looking up every single camel cargo short ever, because you'd be surprised on how many camel cargo shorts of brands that aren't normally worth grabbing are good to grab. So that's these ones. This Union Bay camel cargo shorts. I don't grab Union Bay, but I will grab the camel cargo shorts. These are Alaskan Hardware by Duluth Trading, and then Nike joggers. So I've been seeing a lot of my Nike stuff move a lot faster than I thought, and I'm not just grabbing like Nike t-shirts. Like, I'm definitely not doing that. But the joggers, and especially my Y2K stuff, moves fairly quickly, at least on my store. And so I'm gonna start testing out how fast the modern Nike joggers go, because I see at least one pair every single day, if not multiple. Behind me are the things that have yet to get listed, the death pile, if you will. This is what is filling up with my store. This is a Osprey, O-S-P-R-A-E-Y, I don't know, backpack. This thing just needs to get listed. It's so hard for me to remember to list non-clothing stuff on my store. So like belts and ties and backpacks and things like that, because I just have such a routine down for listing clothing that just backpacks and stuff get put to the side and they just need to get listed at some point. Canada Goose, Canada Goose jacket, puffer jacket, really nice. Just feels amazing. You grab this and you know that this is like one of those ones that are just worth listing. This is a Y2K Nike reversible. If you ever want to try to find reversible, you just look in one of the pockets and you'll find it. This is one of the Y2K tags. It's like that white and orange Nike logo. And another Y2K Nike windbreaker. This is nice. It's tempting not to keep this. These are the made in Italy things that I didn't even look up comps, to be honest, but I'm just very confident that do really good. This is Lucanio Barbera. Lucanio Barbera. That's the tag. It's got an extra button, thank goodness, because one of the buttons got broken off, but it's just a made in Italy dress pant. I just saw this bin that had a double RL in it, and 2 or 3 other people saw it too. And sometimes when that happens, you just start grabbing handfuls. That's what happens. And I just so happened to grab 3 things that worked really well. I think one of the things I was talking about this morning, maybe, it was a Hugo Boss shirt or pants, and that was part of this. This is Giorgio Armani. Great brand. It is, again, made in Italy. Anytime I see something made in Italy, I'm always grabbing it and looking it up because most of the time it's good. This I'm very excited about. Double RL jeans. Polo Ralph Lauren is one of my favorite brands to grab. And the fact that I got some double RLs and I saw a double RL logo sitting like right here on the bottom. I don't know if there was multiple and I got one of the multiple, or if it was just this one and I got this one, but that's what everyone raced to this bin and just started grabbing handfuls, and I just so happened to get the double RL jeans. This is a 36-32 made in USA. Oh man, I just love these. This Polo Ralph Lauren, it's kind of like a quarter button hoodie. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. My camera battery is like dying, and this is getting really long, but hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Realistically, the goal is to get to 10K a month at a healthy pace. I don't want to get to 10K a month to break the business. I want to try to use cash as much as humanly possible. There's times and places for it. I definitely think there's a lot of businesses that use debt. I'm aware of that. But I just don't, like, cash is a fuel to this business, and it's not just clothing that this business is. Yes, obviously clothing is the most important part about this business. There's a lot of expenses that go into business, and the last thing I want to do is put myself out of business because my credit card bill is too expensive now, or put myself out of business because I've spent everything on clothing and I have no money to put into shipping the stuff and holding the stuff to get them to the customers or to hold them, to organize them. So it's not that I'm trying to get to 10K a month as slow as possible, but I also don't want to get there as fast as possible to where I run out of money. I want to build savings. We have our wedding coming up. There's a lot of different things that are in play that if I can build 10K a month at a healthy foundational, you know what I mean? Then it's going to help out a lot. It is now time for coffee date. I want to see and study the store, see what's selling, see what's not selling. I'm not sure if Claude can do that, so I guess we're going to test it. And then while we do that in the background, we're going to be doing some wedding planning. At this phase, we're 90 something days away, which is about 3 months away. Actually, holy cow. It's exactly 3 months to the day. Oh, it's the 8th. Exactly 3 months from now. We are going to be getting married exactly 3 months from now. That's crazy.
I can't wait till it's 1 week.
Yeah, that's basically when October hits. It's gonna be 1 week officially. That's kind of the goal. The goal here, like I'm saying, in this 10K a month journey is to know my store so well. And then when I can know it, and then I teach Nadia it, when we're at the bins, things can go faster when we go, these do well, stop grabbing these, grab more of these. So then it can be more automatic, and then we can bring in the new stuff when, you know, we learn things and all of that happens, then we can forever expand. So right now the goal is 10K a month, but the goal is also to be present. The goal is also to be like involved in life. I think that so many business people online are talking about how you need to be like not focused about the things that are happening in life, and maybe that works for the right person, but for someone like me, that like my goals are not just business related. My goals are here. My goals are, you know, so much more, having weekends and doing that. If anybody wants and has the time, read the Steve Jobs book. That book probably changed my life in a way that was really different. Seeing how much Steve Jobs sacrificed with his family, with his kids. Obviously, I'm not trying to say I'm going to be Steve Jobs or whatever, but just seeing what the amount of sacrifice takes to be able to be at that level, that's not something I'm wanting to make that trade. Now, I think that there is a balance of having a healthy and decent sized business, but also still having a life with family, with friends, with hobbies, weekends, and everything else in between. We are gonna go hit the coffee shop. I don't know if I'm getting coffee because it's almost 6, but there's this like little place where you don't have to get coffee, but we can still work. And then we're gonna go to Costco and get some food and hang out together. I just asked it to help me out here. I gave me a goal, 10K a month. I exported from Nifty. I probably need to do an affiliate with Nifty because this thing is awesome. But I exported my orders and sales into Clyde. And I just said, give me 10K a month, okay? Jeans is my best performing stuff. What is this? Media, junk, and hats is my worst performing stuff. This month we've definitely been ramping up of what's getting listed. So it does say that shorts are pretty high right now because we're listing a lot of shorts and they're cheap at the bins. But this is what I do like. The jeans and denim category, 251 units sold, total profit of $5,204. Average day to sell is 22 days. Looks like athleisure stuff moves really quick for me, and my polo shirts move really quick, as well as golf apparel, but that's gonna be a seasonal thing. And my worst thing is media and DVDs. We don't need to talk about that. That's great to know. And then it went through and it is telling me what more to buy. It says my jackets and coats outerwear, $42 per item. That's kind of obvious. I mean, that's pretty normal for jackets and coats to go this high. Patagonia is my single best brand, 28 sales, $42. Now, obviously this is gonna get skewed because I had one $300 sale and one $350 sale on Patagonia itself. So that's just probably going to skew that data for certain. But what we got here is a lot of help, but honestly, a lot of what I already knew. None of this is really surprising to me, and maybe this is like helpful. One, tells me that maybe I'm overanalyzing a little bit, but two, that I think I'm on a right track. If I had to guess, and I wonder if I did say this in the video, but like pants are probably my most commonly sold stuff. I was kind of curious on what it would say on like the Polo Ralph Lauren's. I'm surprised by the shorts. I guess I sell more shorts than I thought I did. Average profit per item is $15. That's not including my cost per good. I don't know if it's taking that into play. I told it to, but I don't know if it is. My average time to sell is 17. So I like the quick things. The athleisure is going to be quick. Golf apparel is going to be pretty quick. Looks like I need to avoid media, which is fine. Like that's just DVDs and stuff, but that's not something I'm buying. But jeans, pants, shorts, outerwear alone is 63% of all my profit. What does that tell me? Honestly, I think it just tells me to keep doing what I'm doing and just listing more in the store to have more consistency with sales. Honestly, like this is one for me to just document myself, but maybe someone can learn from this too. And I kind of want to just gather it all together and see where we're going. And we are back to tomorrow, which is today for me, but tomorrow, but just the same day for you because you're still watching this. So we have a cool record today. Before we get into everything else I'm going to talk about, I have sold 7 items on Depop alone. Depop won the game of sales today. Depop got more sales than Poshmark and eBay, almost combined. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Wait a sec. Depop got the same amount of sales that Poshmark and eBay got. Wow. Depop. There's some things that you need to fix while I scale. I'll show you what I mean. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sales done. See how it says this is shipped and this needs to get shipped? This goes away after the carrier takes it. It would just be so nice for me to click a button that says shipped. And then I can't find my SKU. So I've seen a couple people on how they do it. The way that I do it when I'm adding things onto Nifty is that I will still just take my SKU, like the last photo here, and then I find 1772. And there's 1772. And then I gotta go back. And then I gotta go do the whole thing. So it just makes it difficult, Depop. But you know what? I'll give you a slide this time. 7 sales in one day, new record on Depop. I'm not gonna complain. I was just complaining. But I'll stop complaining. How about that? But we got a decent amount of items today. A couple quick wins. I'll just show you the good wins for this one. This, I have now officially sold out of both of them. Mercer & Sons button-up jacket. This sold, let's see, maybe 2 days or 3 days. Solid win on that one. We got some Levi corduroys, Brooks Brothers shirts, cool pants. Love selling those pants. This is a Russell Athletic hoodie, Ariat. I already know. See, look, I just know the back pocket, man. And I think that's all the really good wins. For some reason, I literally had so many offers go through on Depop for this. Tons and tons and tons in offers. And I had one watcher on eBay and who knows on Poshmark. But this just, and I've had this hat for a very long time. And then all of a sudden, everybody wanted this hat and it finally sold. Super strange. Sometimes I'm did something go viral that I missed or something? I don't know. But I'm going to go package these up and then let me kind of wrap everything up for you. You get it, wrap it up. Because I'm wrapping, like Santa wrapping the... Okay, I'll stop. There is a look under the curtain of this reselling business. We're on this track. We're on this journey. I want to, 1, be vulnerable on the journey. But 2, just show what I'm doing to get to these steps and the mistakes that are made along the way, or what I'm doing that is helping and working. Something's working. You guys see 1 full day of my life and a little snippet of the morning. My watch didn't get charged. So I don't know what time it is, but there's so much that goes on behind the scenes, so many extra bin trips, so many longer days, so many slow bin days, really fast bin days, being behind on listing or having to work long days and all this stuff. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes than this little snippet that you guys see. I want to show this journey just as vulnerable as I'm willing to go. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but that's just what I'm doing. I feel the most fulfilled in this business and the most clarity in this business than I have in plenty of other businesses. And trust me, there's a lot out there. So you guys got this. Just keep after the hustle. Keep asking the questions. And I like when people are DMing me on Instagram asking questions and, any way that I can help out. That's what I'm here for. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so bad at ending this, but have an amazing day. God bless and peace out.